Hi friends, David here from Above AVL and of course learn Christmas lighting, and in this video we're going to talk all about xLights. So every year we like to do a getting started with xLights, and this is going to be our 2025 version. And, I got to tell you, xLights can be a little bit intimidating when you're new, but if you, that's the best way to say this, if you ignore half the options and just focus on the critical things, I think you're going to find that it can be a lot of fun. It doesn't have to be difficult, and we can get you started to creating a great Christmas light display this year. Okay, so what we're going to do is start from scratch, show you how to use xLights here in 2025 and beyond. So first things first, I am at xlights.org and I'm going to hit download page, and that brings us to the page where you download xLights. I'm going to install the Windows version. And if this is your first time installing xLights, because I actually uninstalled it for the purpose of this tutorial, you will want the QM-Vamp plugins. This allows you to do some different things, to basically do things with the tempo in xLights. It's very important. If you're on Windows, boom, or on Mac or Linux, there are options here about how to do that as well. So we'll go ahead, launch our installer, and like anything else, we're going to run through our installation process. As you can see here, you'll see this come up. This just means that it's not an app from a major developer. It doesn't have a known publisher to Windows. Don't worry about it. Generally, it's going to be fine. It's not dangerous. So run anyways, and then you can pop through the installer and install the program. So typical installation. Oops, it says it's already there. I thought I uninstalled it. I'll go ahead and I don't feel like doing a desktop shortcut. And then, just let it run through its installer like any other program. Now, while we're here, and of course, we'll fast forward through the installation here in a second. While we're here, if you are brand new to this hobby, then you've got to grab our free guide. It's the 4 things I wish I knew before I began a Christmas light display. It's going to walk you through the things that not only myself, but we see with lots of other people, that they spend a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of frustration on certain things in the hobby. And these are really going to be our top things for you to avoid. So don't do these things and you'll get the right stuff the first time. You won't spend a bunch of money you didn't mean to on stuff that isn't going to work for you. It's going to help you get the right stuff the first time and get you on your way to creating an amazing Christmas light display. And it's free. So go ahead over to learnchristmaslighting.com, grab that free guide. We've got it. And then what we're going to do is launch the application and get started. So the very first time xLights launches, you are going to get this window which says select show directory. And basically your show directory is essentially like your file. It's like your show file that runs your show. Everything that's going to make up your Christmas light display is going to be in that show. Okay. And so what we're going to do is, if you're new to this, just go to documents, and you can create a folder called xLights. It might even create it for you. In this case, I'm just going to create a new folder, and you can name these whatever you want. So I'm just going to call this xLights 2025 YouTube start. You can call it whatever you want. Like I have this one for my house called xLights Whitaker because that's the street we're on. You can put the year in it if you want. I know some people don't like that. I do. I'm fine with that. But regardless, it's just a place to keep your show file. So hit select. And now we have the infamous blank screen. So what will come up here, obviously it's going to walk you through bug reports. So you can add those in if you wish to make them. And now we have ourselves some blank screens, and this is where it can get confusing, but don't worry, it doesn't have to. Okay, so we're going to take this first screen and we're going to completely ignore it. I hit save just because I hate to see the red button, but you didn't have to do that. We're going to start with the layout tab. So the layout tab is where we get to put all of our things in our Christmas light display that we're going to work with. Okay, I'm just going to resize this a little just to make it a little easier to see the things I want to see. And the basic building blocks are going to be going in. I like to go and first grab my house. So right here it says background image. And then you go ahead and you find your house, okay? You can take a picture. You can grab it from Google Street View. I would go ahead and put it in this folder so it doesn't get lost. You actually copy it in, and then that's not it. There it is. Boom. You bring that in. This picture, as I always say, is kind of out of date. Actually, we got rid of the hedges this year, so I gotta retake this because that tree is long gone. But we just like to go, and I like to go and then set the brightness to like, 25, 30% here in this field. Leave everything else the same, and you are good to go. So that's going to be the basis, and then we get to start playing. This is the fun part. Okay. Here at the top, you have all the different types of props that you might have in a Christmas light show. The first bunch, basically everything from here to the left, so all of these are kind of generic shapes. Okay, so you've got things like, arches, candy canes, simple stuff, circles, etc. And then it gets more complicated. You get stars and trees, window frames. And so we're just going to go and start drawing some things on our house, right? So maybe I start with my windows. I draw it. I just click and drag. Okay, so I click up here, drag to draw it out. I can then, once I've created one or two, I can totally copy and paste. So Control C or Command C on a Mac, right? Move it around, nice and easy. We do 4, we actually skip this window just because it's spaced out really good. And 4 is great for music. And so you're going to be able to just bring in the different props that you use. Okay, so maybe I've got like a gutter line, create a single line. Pro tip, using shift, I'm using shift here to make this snap horizontal is really beneficial. Even if your image of your house is slightly off kilter, having things nice and square, left, right, up, and down, is going to make animations look better on your house, okay? So that's a good tip there. But you can go ahead, literally just copy this, drag it out, copy it, drag it out, okay? A couple key things about this here. You're gonna notice that all of our props have the same amount of lights in them, so as we drag them, they're spaced out differently. If you know the amount of lights that your prop is going to have, you can enter that now. You just click on it, and then there's going to be different attributes in here, but here like nodes per string. So say this one's 100. I just enter that in. You don't have to know that at this point, which is the beautiful thing. xLights is what's called a pixel mapping program, where essentially you play video or animations on the canvas of lights. So the specific amounts of lights aren't critical to get right until you actually build out your props, build out your show. If they're not right from the get-go, it's fine. You can always update it later, resave in your sequences, and then everything updates. Something you want to be aware of is the download section. So you create a new download and then click and drag. And this is going to be any of your props that you purchased from a lot of the vendors. You can see them coming in now. So you go to these different vendors and you just go ahead and you can come in here and find the props that you've purchased, right? And you can insert that model. And this is going to do a couple things. One is it's going to match your model exactly. And 2, if we right click on this, we can see the wiring view. This shows us how to wire it. This is from the backside. So when you're wiring things, and I believe we have a video on this, we'll link to it, both below and on the screen, and with the QR code, why not? We'll wire it, and you'll be able to follow that so that when you put the lights in, it matches what's in the computer, so everything looks great, okay? So you go ahead and bring in everything you want to bring in, size it accordingly, get it as close as you can, but you could always adjust it later, and hit this big old save right here. Now, xLights does have a 3D layout that you can enable, but if you're starting, I would not recommend that unless you have either a lot of things that overlap depth-wise. Really, that's going to be the main thing. The other place kind of that is really useful is if you have like a front and a side yard that are like both spots that people would watch from. That's not typical, but 3D does have some aspects in that. But it also makes your setup a lot more complicated. And we want to keep it simple because you're just starting, give you some quick wins and get you going from there. So we've put some props on our house, just made, pretty basic display. So now we want to go over here to the sequencer. This is where we get to start programming to music and having a lot of fun. So there's a few ways you can do that. One is you can hit new sequence, musical sequence. You'll go and find your music. I recommend, again, put that in your xLights folder. In my case, I'm just going to go to my actual house. I have a folder that I made called Show Sequences in Music. And then in there, I just grab one of these songs, right? So I'm just going to I'll grab Ghostbusters here. Okay. I'm going to make it 40 FPS. It says if you don't know, choose 20. I'm kind of changing my recommendation to just choose 40. It does take some more data. It does take a little more processing power, but you know, there is a difference and you can see it. So now what we've got is we've got all of our individual props and we've got a timeline with our music. So a couple things we're able to do. One is if you've installed those QMVamp plugins, you can go ahead and add a timing track, for example, and you can add a beat and bar detector. So this would be the measures in the music. Hit OK. All right. And then it's going to go ahead and figure out, based on the music, where the measures are. Then you can go and start adding effects, okay? Since we're just covering the basics here, we're not really going to go deep into sequencing, but you see here, I put an effect on this part of the house, a bars effect, and I'm gonna change it to side, make you go a little faster. And now we can see that animation rolling in the model preview. So that's based on the model that we've selected, just the single line. And then we see it in our house preview as well. Now it's worth noting, and we didn't go over it because of the basics here. In the layout section, you can create groups, and it's generally beneficial to do so, to put everything into a group. So I could literally select everything. Okay. And then create group from selections. Call it my all y'all group. Hit save. And now we can go ahead and right click over here because that group didn't exist when we created this sequence. Edit our display elements. Take that group here on the left. So this is the available elements, and this is what's in your view. Move it over. I like to also put the all group at the top. It's kind of, it takes a little bit of explanation as to why, but just trust me. And now I just hit Control and hit my arrow key, was able to move that effect up and down. And now we see that that effect runs on the entire house. Now, that's if you're going to be sequencing your own stuff. But I realize that probably most people, I would say, this isn't a survey, but let us know below, will not sequence their own stuff, will purchase sequences. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and I've purchased a sequence. I've downloaded it from Pixel Pro Displays. Okay. And import effects. Okay. And then go ahead and I will go and find that sequence, which I know is in my Dropbox. And then what song? Oh, we did Ghostbusters. Yep. So the file is zipped when you download it, and you want to leave it zipped when you're importing it. That's very important. Okay, that means any videos that are in there, as well as some other elements, are going to stay in there and not get mismatched. So what we then see is this big old chart. And this big old chart basically has your stuff on the right, your stuff on the left, and their stuff on the right. Okay, so this is what's in the sequence. This is your stuff. When you hit auto map, okay, that allows you to, nothing happen, but it makes anything that matches the name exactly over here match up over there. Okay. Otherwise, I could just drag things. So like all display on their side is all on my side. That makes sense, right? There's the snowflakes. I'm going to put that on the snowflake, right? And then there's, I know we don't have a lot of things in here, but we'll go ahead, and I don't have a lot of, I don't have a lot of groups either, which isn't great. So they don't have, oh, they do windows and doors. I'm going to put that on my windows, and ideally I would have them in a group, but I don't. And so we're just going to rock and roll. We've got the basics here. Okay. There are different options, but by default, just leave it there. We can hit erase existing if you had played around with some stuff and want it to wipe out. Okay. And so there's a couple of things you want to do next. First is you want to save your mapping. Okay. This just means that you're going to save the actual matchup between the two so that if you come back, whether you're redoing it or you're doing another sequence from that same vendor, you just go boom, load, everything's matched up and you're good to go. Okay. And then Bob's my uncle. Just choose anywhere. I'll put it on my desktop, which is terrible practice. Don't do that. Okay. Hit OK. And then boom, you see all of their effects happen on your house. And if we hit save, if we hit play, notice we don't see anything at first because it's trying to render it. But in xLights, if you want to see the changes and you've done a lot of things, just hit save. So Control S or Apple S or File Save. Save it the same name as your audio file. That's always going to be good. And then it's going to render. You probably saw a little progress bar across the bottom. We'll do it again for fun. Okay. And then when you play it, you should see it happen on your house. Okay. Looks like my computer's struggling to catch up while it's recording this. Sometimes that happens, but we can see it's getting there and voila. We have a sequence. It's mapped. It's ready to go. Okay, so that's really going to be the basics of getting started in xLights. As I mentioned at the start of the video, hey, if you're new to this, grab our free guide, The 4 Things I Really Wish I Knew Before I Began in Christmas Lighting. We'll put it on a QR code here on the screen as well as a link. And then when you need any gear, you need pixels, you need controllers, all of that good stuff, head over to aboveavl.com. That's our store. We love to help you get really good quality stuff in your hands at great prices. So great quality, and especially if you buy in bulk, the prices are really solid, but they're also good if you're just buying a single. We appreciate you. We love you. If you enjoyed this video, then we would really appreciate you coming to our store, getting everything you need because you learned from us here free on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks.